Family, how goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Happy Saturday. It is the weekend and it is all good in the neighborhood. I thought I was going to do like my usual production on YouTube and Facebook to talk about these two topics today, but I'm just like, I got a busy day and I'm just going to keep it simple and to the point. So if you're watching, do the great free things, like, share, and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe, like, share, and subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Can't say that enough. Anyways, so news. Will Smith apologized finally to Chris Rock and his family. And I did not realize after doing some digging last night how close Will Smith and Tony Rock, not just Chris Rock, but how close Will Smith and Tony Rock were before this whole thing happened and whatnot. And I'm glad he finally apologized as a grown up should, but at the end of the day, I remember when I first said it and I saw it happen, I was like, Chris Rock got chin checked. But in hindsight, when I think about it, I'm just like, at the end of the day, people get shot for doing stuff like that what Will Smith did. That's number one. But two, just put it in perspective in regards to, okay, somebody said something about your wife that she didn't like. A comedian made a joke. How appropriate or inappropriate it might have been in today's, we can't wait to cancel you for being a man world that we live in now. Because men get like, especially heterosexual men get chastised more than anybody else in 2022 going forward for whatever reasons, because I don't have an issue with anybody. Only people I can't stand is jerks. So that comes in all colors and flavors and whatever. I can't stand bullies. That comes in all colors and flavors, sexual orientations, whatever. But yeah, for having a joke and then for him doing what he did and whatnot, because like I said, he didn't just disrespect Chris Rock's family, and he not only embarrassed himself and embarrassed his family, but he disrespected the whole mood of the night of the Oscars, of it being hosted for the first time by African Americans. Even though I could care less about the Oscars and any of those freaking stupid award ceremonies, it means nothing to me. But the fact that it was a night really highlighting African Americans in the entertainment industry. And that just spoiled the mood and whatnot. Because one thing I despise is even like when you're in a great atmosphere and you always got that one person that does their best to ruin the mood, ruin the atmosphere. The old saying, it takes one apple to spoil the bunch. It's like I like to eat oranges every day, and I had a couple of oranges left in a bag, and I should have had them separated because, given the fact that I had one orange spoil, it spoiled four of the oranges and only had one orange left, and I have to go back to the grocery store today to get more. So that's all it takes. But I give Will Smith credit for finally being the adult and saying, hey, I screwed up, in a moment and of course he didn't want to put any blame on Jada. And I'm not going to say it's Jada Pinkett's fault. She's got her issues. Everybody's got issues, but she's got her issues. But the fact that he felt like he had to do it, because of her was some sucker stuff. One, but two, he was, she didn't put a gun to his head and make him walk up on that stage. Because and most people have said this, and I think this is true. Most people know that if it was another comedian up there, it wouldn't have went down that way. It would have, hands would have been laid on Will Smith. Even though Will Smith's a big guy and in good shape and whatnot, it wouldn't have worked out in his favor as far as 100%. I'm sure he would have scrapped. What he would have won, who knows? But I think it would have been an all-out fight. So I give Chris Rock credit for, because somebody smacking me like that on national TV or just period, it wouldn't have went down that way. So I have the right. Everybody has the right to defend themselves and whatnot, because I'm not an advocate of violence on any level. As a matter of fact, I go out of my way to avoid violent confrontations or conflict, period. That's why even on social media, when I go on live, if somebody's bringing negativity my way, you just get deleted and blocked. I'm not going to engage in conversation, because that lets me know what you're doing with your life and how productive you are in your life and all that good stuff. But anyways, way overdue, but I'm glad he did it. I had the pleasure of seeing Tony Rock in Atlanta back in May, and he made a little joke about that, hey, anybody come up on the stage, it's not going to work out. He's like, I'm not my brother. I love my brother, but he's like, I'm a different being. And I respected that in a real big way. I really respected that when he said that, because I'm like, yeah, that's real talk. He's like, I'm not going to take any nonsense. But, Will Smith, you did what you had to do as far as apologizing. I'm glad you did it. Hopefully, one day him and Chris Rock will be able to have a discussion like grown men and be able to hash out the whole situation and go from there, and I'll leave it at that. But anyways, I digress. And the last thing today is congratulations to the lotto winner in Illinois. I played the lottery, and of course I didn't win. Even if I would have won, I even thought about the things I would have did from economic standpoint. Not really for myself. The economic benefits for myself would have been this small, but the economic benefits for other people would have been this freaking big. And I wouldn't have even told anybody about it. The proof would have been in the pudding, and I wouldn't have talked about it until the action was actually done. But so yeah, congratulations to the person, and I hope that they do the right thing with their money, and so they don't end up in the poorhouse, because 90% to 95% of the lottery winners, they always end up back at square one, because you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to manage it, invest it, and save it, then you're screwed. It is what it is. But so congratulations to the lottery, the Mega Millions winner in Illinois, and go from there. But anyways, that's it. I just wanted to talk about those two specific things, and like I said, Will Smith, it's a learning experience. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes in this life. From your big officials, from corporate America to the government, everybody's done something wrong in their life. From a speeding ticket to getting in a fight to having to defend themselves, and maybe even having to shoot at somebody because, or unfortunately falling asleep while driving. I remember a friend of mine. He wasn't even drunk. It's because he worked so many hours. He fell asleep, and luckily he didn't. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I think he was driving from Maryland back to Virginia, and he got pulled over by the police. He told me the story later, and he told me that obviously he wasn't drunk. The cop wanted to make sure he was okay. He didn't even and actually they took him to the police station to make sure he was squared away, but he actually didn't get a ticket that night. He was just left with a warning, because they was like, why were you? Because they tested him. They was like, okay, you don't have any alcohol in your system, you don't have any drugs in your system, and he literally worked like a 16-hour work day, and he fell asleep driving from home. And he said after that he never would do it again, and he never did. So I respect that. But well, I call him a former colleague, because he's another person that just likes to bring negativity and complain, and I'm all about energy. And if your energy is always of a complaining nature, then stay the hell away from me on some realness. All right, I can't put it any other way on that. But anyways, don't forget to check out the online store. Don't forget to do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. If you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, think about signing up with WEBULL, Stash, Acorns, Crypto.com, Coinbase, all that great stuff. All these links are in the description, so check them out and go from there. Thank you for those who are subscribed. Thank you for those that have been down. Thank you for those that just show support on any level in my life. I always have to give gratitude and thanks to those people, because like I said, you start to learn who the real ones are in your life, and you start to notice who the fake ones are in your life, because people who will call you your friend and whatnot will not show you any support at all. They just want to drain you of conversations and give you complain about their lifestyles and whatnot. But when they see you out here grinding and making moves, they won't even, especially in the social media world, they won't even like your video. They won't subscribe to your video. They won't share your video so that you can grow and whatnot. So thank you to the strangers out there that support my YouTube channel or YouTube channels, because I got another one called Patterson No Properties LLC. Thank you for what you do, because you don't have to do it, so that's why I always got to give love and peace and all that good stuff on that note. So on that note, family, as I always say, make money move. So you're going to live broke like a fool. Have a great day, and keep doing what you're doing, and keep shining.